Alright guys, welcome back. I'm doing another video. I took last week off because I was traveling, but this week I'm going to be making baked turkey wings, candy yams, and collard greens. Hope you guys like it. Remember to subscribe, like, and share my YouTube channel. Watch it all the way through. I'm trying to get these views and subscribers up. Thank you to everybody who has already subscribed. Alright guys, so the first thing I'm going to be showing you guys how to cook is candy yams. What I have is 4 large sweet potatoes. I peeled them and cut them into these little half-inch circles. And the first thing I'm going to do is I squeeze the juice of a half of fresh lemon. I'm going to pour that over the yams. I know y'all are probably like, why would you put lemon in yams? But trust me on this, my great aunt showed me this way. It adds like an extra little flavor to the yams. And so I'm gonna give this a quick little stir to try to get some of that lemon juice evenly throughout the yams. Then I'm going to take 2 cups of white sugar. I'm gonna evenly coat the yams all over. And this is a really easy recipe. There's not a lot of stress that goes into it. And you have it evenly coated. All right, so that's 2 cups. All right, so now I have 2 tablespoons of butter, and I'm just gonna take a couple slices of that butter and I'm just gonna spread it throughout the dish, just in random spots. Over on the sides. Middle. All right, so I have my butter in there. The next thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to take pineapple slices that is in fresh pineapple juice. I'm gonna take the pineapple slices. I'm gonna put 4 on the yams. All right, then I'm gonna take some ground cinnamon. I'm gonna just sprinkle some of that on the top. Just enough to coat the whole layer, top layer. And then I'm gonna take some ground nutmeg. I'm gonna sprinkle that on top as well. Then I'm gonna take 3/4 cup of water. Gonna pour that in there, just off to the side. You don't need much water for this. And then I'm gonna go ahead and cover it with aluminum foil and pop it in the oven. All right, now the next thing I'm gonna show you guys how to do is make some baked turkey wings, one of my favorite dishes. A lot of people don't even know about eating turkey wings, but I'm gonna put y'all on game if you don't know. All right, so first thing I'm gonna do is coat the turkey wing with some olive oil. I'm just gonna give a light little sprinkle, light little coating to all the pieces, just real quick. I'm gonna give that a quick rub. Now I'm going to add my seasonings. For my seasonings, I have a tablespoon of Lord seasoned salt, my favorite obviously, a tablespoon of garlic salt. I have a half teaspoon of the chicken seasoning and a half a teaspoon of garlic salt. I'm gonna add that to the mix. Then I have a half a tablespoon of all-purpose Creole seasoning. So I have a half a teaspoon of black pepper. I'm gonna get that a quick mix just to get that seasoning all even in there. All right, once I give it a quick mix, I'm gonna take my turkey wings. I'm gonna evenly distribute the season all over the wings. Make sure I'm getting every little piece of it. Give that a quick rub. Flip it over. Season this other side. Making sure I get every little piece. Give that a quick rub. I'm gonna go ahead and flip it back over. See a little piece that I missed right there. Try to get all those spots that I missed. All right, now I'm gonna take a half of a white onion. Just gonna sprinkle it in there over the turkey. Now I'm gonna take half a cup of water. Pour it off to the side. You don't wanna pour it directly on there because I'm gonna knock the seasoning off the turkey. Just like the yams, I'm gonna cover this and put it in the oven. Alright guys, so the next thing I'm gonna show you is how to make some collard greens. This is one of my many recipes that I have for collard greens. This is one of the more the quicker ways to do it when you don't have a lot of time. So what I did is I went to the grocery store and I got one of these 16 ounce bags of collard greens. Walmart sells and whoever. I just so happened to go to HEB today because I live out in Texas and that's the closest grocery store to me. So I gave those another little rinse. But before I put the greens in there, what I did is I boiled 4 turkey necks, smoked turkey necks, in a pot of water for about an hour, just so we can have some type of broth or something to go in. Now, for me personally, for taste wise, when you boil like smoked turkey meat inside the water before you put it in there, it gives a better flavor. Even if you don't want to, if you like to use stuff like chicken broth, etc., this makes it taste a whole lot better to me. So I'm going to take the greens, and again, I put 2 16-ounce bags of greens. I'm going to drop them down in that broth. Give us a quick stir. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and add the seasonings. So here I have 2 whole fresh jalapeno peppers and I have a half of a whole white onion. Go ahead and add that in there. And just the jalapenos are not gonna be too spicy, trust me. I know you're probably thinking that's a lot of jalapeno, but it is not too much. All right, now I'm gonna add a tablespoon of sugar. It kind of cuts some of the bitterness out of it, out of the greens. And they're gonna add a tablespoon of Lawry's and a tablespoon of salt. Sprinkle there. And I'm going to add a cup of apple cider vinegar. I'm gonna give it a sprinkle of fresh red pepper. You can put this to your liking. I like spicy greens, so I add a little bit more, but you don't have to put it much. All right, then I'm gonna give this a quick stir. And that's it. That's one of my quick recipes for collard greens when you're in a rush and you feel like you want some. You're gonna let this boil for about an hour and a half to 2 hours. Now be mindful sometimes when you cook the greens that are in the bag, for whatever reason you may have to cook them a little bit longer because they tend to be a little bit more tough. I don't know why, maybe something that they wash them with, but, and that's one of my simple recipes for collard greens. All right, so now what I'm gonna do, after they've been cooked for about an hour and a half, the last 30 minutes, I'm gonna take it out. I'm gonna baste them just a little bit to make sure they don't dry out while they're in the oven. Get some of that juice all over them. All right, so now that I've basted them, I'm gonna go ahead and pop them back in the oven, still on 350, and let them roast uncovered for the next 30 minutes. All right, and so these are the yams after about 2 hours, 2.5 hours. They do cook much faster on the stove, but the taste of baked yams is just much better to me than stove yams. All right, and this is the finished product. Baked turkey wings, yams, and greens. Don't you guys forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. For real, subscribe, y'all. For real. Click subscribe.